How you doing, YouTube? Matt with Massive Beer Reviews back with yet another review. We're going to be doing a flight review today, just kind of banging out a whole bunch of Brew Dog stuff because my buddy Wade, Dr. Octave 1 on YouTube, check him out, Analog Modular Awesomeness. He brought up a bunch of Brew Dog stuff. Instead of doing singular reviews, we figured might as well bang out 4 in a row because we're gluttons for punishment. Or we hate our livers. I don't know which one's which.
Then you could get a good variety right in front of you.
Yeah.
Color, smell, taste, all good.
So we're going to be doing a bunch of Brew Dog beers today, 4, obviously, to be whatever. And first up, we're going to do Storm, which is their, well, not first up, all at the same time. We're going to do Storm Malt Beverage aged in Islay Scotch Whiskey barrels. Malt beverage seems like a theme with the whole Brew Dog thing. Second up would be their Bashah. This one's kind of weird, labeling-wise. It says, The Black Belgian Style Double Indian Pale Ale. I don't even know what's going on right there.
Never had that.
You're just kind of making that up as you go along. Third up, we're going to do the Paradox Jura, which is a malt beverage aged in Scotch whiskey barrels. Jura is a region of Scotland. I'm not sure which part it is, Highland, Lowland, Islay, or whatever, or Islay, or whatever you want to call it. And last up, a very sessionable 18.2% Toklo Intergalactic Fantastic Oak Aged Stout. Stout, sounds stouty. This is what do they call
Black
this one?
IPA.
A black or a Belgian style double Indian pale ale. So who knows what the hell that is. And then we got at the bottom here, it said malt beverage aged in Scotch whiskey barrels. And you said it was Islay Scotch. So we'll see what we got going on there. So first off, I'm not going to read everything that's on all the bottles, just because that'll take way too long. And it just says, typically Brew Dog is about how we make our beers and what we do and where it came from. If you're interested in that information, you can look it up, because I don't want to sit here for about 10 minutes reading off bottles. So, suck it. Label-wise, all Brew Dog stuff, label-wise, super cool. Dig it. The graphics on it are awesome. You can see them from there. Again, we're just going to dive right into this and see what we got going on there. So, let's have at it. You can watch us open beers for fun. Let's see. There's 3... Now, we had the Paradox Jura before.
That's the only one I've had. Well, I had the Psycho Loco, or Choco Loco that they've had, but I didn't bring that down.
The Choco Loco? What was
Something
that?
like that it's called. It's like Psycho. It's like a coffee. It's like a coffee stout. It's pretty good. It's pretty thick. Pretty coffee. Very coffee. But I forgot it at the house.
What's your favorite coffee stout? Do you have a favorite coffee stout?
No, I don't. You know, my favorite coffee stout, and it was no joke, was Red Hook used to make a double coffee stout, which they have stopped making. That was like
really
thick deliciousness.
How long ago was that?
A long time ago. When I lived in Pittston. And that's a long time ago.
This sucker wants to deliver a little bit of a head.
That's
on
a head right there.
Yeah.
Some Belgian lacing right there. And I'm pouring slow and soft.
You don't do anything slow and soft, motherfucker.
That's what she said. Yeah, we'll get back into that.
Slide just so.
Ooh,
How about that? Reflexes. That's the second time I did that tonight. Anyway.
Yeah. You can't touch the beers anymore.
Anyway, I mean, first off, as you can see,
everything's dark except for one.
Yeah, try to guess from dark to light. Not necessarily ABV to ABV. I mean, that's probably what it's going. We got 8% on this one, which would be your number one, which would be just a regular malt beverage aged in oak barrels. On this one, we have 8 and change, I believe 8.6 on that sucker there. On number 3, this
15.
one's 15%. This is sessionable. This is a sessionable session. And we got a nice 18% alcohol by volume. I mean, you're kind of looking, it almost looks, IPA, double IPA, triple IPA, stout. Not even stout, like a foreign export stout or a porter looking. I mean, with that head on it, it's kind of what you first assume. And you're talking about double imperial stouts on the end here, color-wise. Head-wise, I mean, as you can see, this one's kind of being a little bit of a bitch.
Because that's the IPA, the double.
The double black IPA, Belgian style IPA.
Whatever.
But yeah, they all look good. It's dark, a little bit less not dark, but still dark. And then we have light as could possibly be. Yeah.
Actually, the third one seems to be the darkest through the light. Number 3.
I would say number 2 for me, but that was just this one.
This one.
But
Oh, see, this one looked to me the darkest in my light right here.
yeah,
Yeah.
But they're all dark.
See. Yeah, it's
they're
good.
definitely all dark. So yeah, let's start off with number 1. This is their Storm. It's a malt beverage aged in whiskey, Islay Scotch barrels.
You can smell that Band-Aid action. That
Oh
peat.
my, super huge
It's
peat
peat,
mossiness
yeah.
from the Islay or Islay Scotches. At Brew Dog, we are selfish. We only make beers that we want to drink. Underlying responsible IPA casks, whiskey casks. I'm just trying to see if they actually have the barrels that they put it in. Not that it matters. Yeah.
Because all Islay Scotch.
Yeah.
I don't like.
Yeah, it's definitely Islay Islay Scotch.
Yeah.
Crazy in the nose.
Crazy Band-Aid Pete.
Oh yeah. Cheers. Let's see what we got going on
Cheers,
here.
doctor. Smoky.
You can taste a little bit of that oak there, but for me, that peat moss from Islay Scotches are just overpower everything in my palate. Like I can't get past it. It's what
super
I taste.
smoky. Yeah, smoky Band-Aids.
Yeah, and peat moss.
Smoky Pete.
Smoky peat, and not in a good way.
Yeah.
Unless you like that flavoring. For me,
Some people love it.
I like smoked beers, and I love scotches, but that peat mossiness kind of just, it needs to be a secondary or third characteristic for me. It can't be
That's
the
probably
leading
why this
one.
was the cheapest. That was the cheapest one. That was like $8.99 a bottle. The other, this one was like $11.99, and those two were $13.99 each.
Yeah.
I'm done with that one.
Yeah, we'll have to go back to that one after a
I
bit.
won't go back to it.
Second up.
Oh, the second one.
Let's go second up.
Mm-hmm.
The Bashah Black Belgian style double Indian pale ale. That's just kind of bizarre, just to kind of have it
It smells delicious.
said like that. It looks delicious. Let's see what
smells
you have
really
to
good.
Almost like a chocolate.
Yeah, like a chocolate roasted like
Yeah.
coffee.
Now we're talking. It's subtle. It's not huge.
With the smell, you think there's gonna be a lot more flavors there.
Yeah, it's got a nice subtle roasted chocolate malt.
Pretty dry.
Very dry. Zero booze whatsoever. But it's just a really nice mouthfeel. Not really thin. Nice creaminess to it. Really nice beer.
Yeah, for that crazy head that came. And look, it's still staying on the top. It's lacing staying around.
Yeah.
So I'm not complaining. It's actually pretty. It's much better than the first
Yeah,
one.
slightest tiniest bit of coffee whatsoever. But yeah, not bad of a beer. Okay.
That's
Hang out
different.
number 3 here. This is the Paradox Jura, the one that we both had before.
This is really good beer, though.
Yeah, we've had this before. It's really nice.
It's got a nice dark chocolate smell to it.
I mean, just going up those steps. That's when you start to get into
You better
the
put yours
goodness.
back in the right order.
Yeah.
Who knows? You probably won't be able to see the numbers when we're done.
No, I'm putting them outside the paddle, son. That is when you get into the barrel aging there. Like, this is like, I didn't even read off it, Paradox Jura, malt beverage aged in Scotch whiskey barrels. You're not talking about a peat moss barrel right there. You're talking more of a sweeter malt.
That's good.
A lot more oak in there. It tastes more like a rich bourbon whiskey as opposed to a Scotch whiskey. Maybe it's me just coming off this Islay Scotch one, but super dense, super rich, great body.
Excuse me.
God, it smells fantastic.
It has a great smell.
That's
It
a
really
great
does
beer
have a
right
good
there.
smell.
And like I said, we reviewed this. We actually reviewed it already. Didn't post it, but absolutely fantastic beer. And number 4.
But it's the Brew Dog flag, so had to include it.
Yeah. Cool. We
Another
definitely
chocolatey
We definitely
smell.
went right order on that as far as boldness.
It smells super chocolatey.
Almost smells like for me, like a malted caramel, like almost like
I get some caramel smell, yeah.
Like a sugar daddy almost.
Oh yeah, sugar babies, sugar mamas.
A ton of sweetness. Cheers. Forgot cheers on the last one.
18%er.
Well,
That's
you can definitely
pretty good.
taste booze in that one. Super huge booze profile. That's this Toklo, intergalactic fantastic oak aged stout malt beverage aged with cranberries and jasmine. I'd love to know what kind of, buckleload of French hops, toasted French oat chips. There's just super
Tons
booze
of stuff in there, yeah.
You can definitely taste the barrel aging in that one. Like, not so much the barrel aging, more booziness. Like, it actually got booze from the barrel aging. It's not just an oak barrel, but some kind of booze-based barrel.
That's all good. Everything's good but the first one. The first one's okay, but I'm not into that peaty taste. The fourth one is good. 3 and 4 is my favorite. 2 is super drinkable, though.
Yeah, 4's... It's super boozy, but it's boozy in a good way. Kind of in the same way one of our favorite beers is the North Coast Old Stock. It has some booze to it, but it's complementary to the style. It's not like off-putting. Just super good beers. It's a really cool flight to do, like one to the other, to see what they're doing. I mean, you're talking about an Islay Scotch.
Totally different than the other 3. Not saying that the other 3 are the
smoke
same.
Band-Aidness. Rating-wise, honestly, I have to give this an 80, only because I just don't like that Islay Scotch taste. If it was a different kind of barrel aging, it'd probably be higher for me. But I'm going to have to give it an 80 just because I do not personally like that taste. Number 2, go back to it and see what it's all about.
2 is pretty good. 2 is easy to drink. It's super easy.
Super fluffy. Almost like porterish, more than stoutish. I'm not sure what they actually call it. The Bashah.
That's the
Belgian style double Indian pale ale. It tastes like a porter with a little bit of it actually tastes
There's no
like
IPA taste in that. There's no hops. I don't taste hops at all. So
no, I mean it's.
I'll take a pale ale like
I
this.
think that's where you're getting a little bit of the drying from the hop, but it's not super hop forward. Just the tiniest bit of hop there, but not that much.
Good smell. Good
It actually tastes exactly what a black IPA should taste like. Like it says here, black Belgian style double Indian pale ale. I mean, you're pretty much talking about a black or a black IPA. It actually tastes like a base of what a pure black IPA would be. So rating wise, I would probably give this like an 86. It's just that nice. It's a nice beer. Doesn't blow me away.
No, it's good beer.
But it's really
not.
nice.
It's not amazing, but yeah, I give it an 85 plus. I can't say because I've already had 2 beers prior to this. Ain't a shot. But
Shh, no shots. We should review shots. Is what we should do.
no way. That's a drunk night there.
Brew Dog Jura. I'm not even sure what I rated this when we reviewed it.
I don't know. I'd have to give this close to a 90 though. The Jura.
Almost tastes like a maple syrup, or smells like a maple syrup now after escalating up. And
I got
down.
raisin smelling in there.
Yeah, I mean, and this is totally like I don't know what you want to call it, like non-valid judging. I mean, we're going up a flight and then back up a flight. I mean, we're mixing tastes, going through stuff like that. So, I mean, we're not talking about science here, but tastes like maple syrup, deliciousness. I guess I would give it 92. I'm curious to see what my previous review is. I think it was around 92. But we'll see. It's delicious. I can taste a little bit more of that scotchy barreling after coming back up that flight there. And this last one's just fucking rocket fuel.
I like them all except number 1.
This is just booze. This is straight up booze. This sucker right here, that's liquor. If you don't want to buy beer, if you want to buy a liquor, good God, man. And I'm not saying that in an evil way or a bad way. It's almost like chewy with sugar. You can feel the graininess in there.
It's got a brandy taste on it.
Yeah, that's how I was comparing it to the North Coast Bourbon Barrel Aged or the Cellar Reserve
Really
in 2011. Yeah.
Good brandy flavor.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if they didn't age this in brandy barrels. I mean, it's cranberries and jasmine. It says it's aged. I mean, what the hell does that do?
Up a couple more and age in there.
Yeah, holy crap, that's rocket fuel right there. That I would give a 94. Just, I mean, not to rate it because more booze means a higher score, but they're all really nice beers. Even the number one, which I gave like a low score. If you're a big fan of peat mossiness,
then that's what you want.
Then you would love that beer. It's just not for me. So I'm going to give it an 80. In actuality, I want to give it like a 50. Because I don't like it that much, but it's made well. I can tell it's made well. It is not the taste for me, so I'm going to give it an 80 as opposed to just dumping on it. You know what I mean? Your number two, mid high 80s. It was really nice. It's, like I said, it's almost like a rye IPA, not a rye IPA. I mean, I'm stuttering and all that fun stuff. Whatever. It's more like your atypical black IPA. It's what it's supposed to be. Some people make. Porters or stouts that are overhopped or black IPAs that are more porters or stouts. For me, this actually tastes like a black IPA. 3, the Paradox Jura. Really beautiful beer. It's probably the easiest drinking one of the bunch.
2 is good. 3 is easy to drink, but I think...
But I mean, easy to drink in an accompaniment with awesomeness. You know what I mean?
2 drinks easy. 3 is like lots of flavors.
That's what I'm saying. Like
4
the
is
flavor
lots of
combined
flavor
with.
Too. 2 is like lacking in flavor, but easy drinkability.
Yeah, it doesn't lack. I mean, it lacks in punch, but it has a nice flavor to it. And then 4 is this boozy deliciousness.
4 is like a kick in the teeth. Look at that lacing, sitting around for days.
Oh,
I put this in the sink and it'll stay there.
2 and 4 are really jumping up there with the
lace.
With the lace, yeah.
3 is like very little. 1 is like who cares? I don't even care about when I'll pour that in the toilet.
There you go. Honest unfilteredness on Master Beer Reviews.
It's not good.
But yeah, I mean,
I don't like that taste. But I picked it up anyway.
It's kind of a cool thing to look at as far as styling goes and grading goes, because I'm not one to think I grade on booze, but I mean, I graded it accordingly. I went, 80, high 80s, low 90s, mid 90s, based off of booze. I know I've done different on that. I've graded lighter beers higher and darker beers lower, but in this particular case, it kind of holds true that the bigger, bolder beers kind of went out for me for this one.
More flavors secretly hidden in them.
Yeah.
You have to search for your flavors in your mouth. There's a lot there, but
Yeah. But if you put like a lighter beer, if you put a Columbus, Tige Columbus or Root de Especies in here, it'd probably fall towards the top of this. So those are lighter beers. They're not darker beers.
But they have flavor for it all day. You can't stop drinking it because it's so good.
Yeah. So, yeah. There you go. There's some kind of bizarrely unscientific, because I'm all about science, little flight review for you of Brew Dog's beers. We have this one, this one, this one, this one. Don't want to name them all. Actually, I will. Storm. Bashah. Paradox Jura, and the Toklo from Brew Dog. Not so good stuff. Really nice, beautiful, amazing. That's kind of how we both went on that one. So
yeah,
there you go. If you're a fan of Islay scotches, you like peat smokiness and all kinds of
like
band-aiding
and stuff.
like all your Islay stuff, and you are a huge fan of that, this would probably float your boat. If you're a fan of black IPAs or you're a fan of porters with a little bit more to them, number 2, your Bashah would be for you. If you are into your barrel-aged stouts and imperial stouts, and you like something with a bit of punch, and you want like a nice density to it and boldness to it, Your Paradox drawer is for you. And this Toklo, Toklo, or whatever you want to call it. If you're into the biggest, boldest, hugest beers, you're talking about worldwide stouts. You're talking about Utopias. There's almost Utopias level booziness to it. If you want that next level epicness, that's the beer for you. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this kind of flight, this kind of review, and hopefully you're drinking something as awesome as this, maybe as awesome as this. Hopefully
I like
this,
how they make
and
the
not
simple
this.
thing right here in the back. Made with water, barley, hops, yeast.
That's all you need.
And then it says barley, hops, yeast, water, cranberries, jasmine. I like how they tell you exactly what it is in the back.
And actually, the whole thing about the labels is, if you feel them, they're awesome. Did you ever feel them? They have this matte coolness to them. But anyway, hopefully you enjoyed the review. Hopefully you're enjoying some nice beers right now. And hopefully see you next time.
There's a for dirt on the tops.
Cheers.
Cheers, dude.